everyone. Today we're gonna make a crazy easy recipe for whole beans called mama beans. The recipe is from our friend Anna Hendricks, formerly of Sweetheart St. John's, who uses Hot Mama Salsa products all the time in her cooking and just makes the most delicious food. So we're gonna make her mama beans recipe, and I'm gonna tell you how easy it is to make fresh beans at home. And they taste so much better. So fresh beans, you can get them locally. Beans are grown all over town. These are yellow Mayocoba beans or yellow Peruvian beans. You can get them at any Mexican market. You can also use pintos for this recipe. So you can see how they're kind of yellow, but now they've all turned white because I've soaked them overnight. So the first step to making whole dried beans is you put your beans in a pot. I like to use my clay bean pot, but you can use a glass bowl, whatever you have, and you fill water, about double amount of water as you have the beans, and just leave it overnight. I think it needs about 8 hours to soak. So you can also put them on to soak in the morning and then come home later in the day and cook your beans at night. So once you've soaked your beans, so I soaked these, I poured off the water. Definitely want to discard the soaking water. You don't want to cook in that. You want to cook in fresh water. You pour your soaked beans into your pot. And then I like to throw in half an onion. I take the skin off because once this onion cooks down, I'm just gonna mash it into the beans. And a couple cloves of garlic. And then I always put some sort of aromatic in my beans or something that will keep beans from, or help to reduce the gaseousness that beans have. This is epazote, dried epazote from my yard from last season. I grow a bunch, I dry it, I have it all year long. Epazote is a Mexican herb. It is really, really, really fragrant. Sometimes you hear it called the gasoline plant. It grows like a weed. Once you plant it, you'll always have it. But it's delicious in beans, and it really does help reduce the gaseousness that beans can cause. So you got your onion, you got your garlic, and you got your epazote, and then you just want to put water about an inch above your beans to get them started. So you've got your beans and about an inch of water above your beans, right? And you're just gonna turn these beans up and bring them to a boil. And then you're gonna reduce the heat to a simmer, and you're gonna simmer them for anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour. If they're beans that are older, that you've gotten from the grocery store, they're probably gonna take longer to cook. If they're fresh beans that you've gotten from the farmer's market or grown yourself, they're probably only gonna take 40 minutes. Did you notice that I did not put salt in the beans? So this is the secret to creamy beans, I think, is that you do not salt beans until they're done cooking. If you salt them now, they won't get as soft and creamy. So this is all you do. Bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and let it cook. And then just take a bean out every now and then, taste it, see if it's creamy and soft. Then, once your beans are done, here's what they'll look like.
Oh, yay.
So you got your beans, they've cooked down, they're nice and soft. You can always just test one. Super creamy, delicious. Still have not salted them. Your onion's nice and soft, your garlic's nice and soft. You can fish out the epazote. If you use a bay leaf or kombu, which are other things I use, fish those out. The epazote I like to leave. And then all we're gonna do to finish this off is we're gonna add some of our Smoky coffee chili oil, like probably a big tablespoon of that. And we're gonna add, because this is a small pot of beans, I'm gonna add about half a tub of the salsa Mexicana. If you're doing a full pot of beans, go for a full tub of salsa. This is our smoky chipotle salsa. So it's got some roasted tomato. It's nice and sweet and smoky, so it's gonna give a lot of depth to your beans. And then you're just gonna go ahead and go in and mash everything up together. And I use my bean masher, and I just mash the onion in with it. I mash the garlic in with it so that everything is kind of incorporated. And you wanna mash like half the beans. And then that way, as this cooks down with the sauce in it, it thickens, but you still have some whole beans in there for good texture too. So just mash everything until you get that onion mashed up, that garlic mashed up, and then let it simmer for probably another 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so our beans have been bubbling away over here with our sauces mixed in. And they've reduced down a whole bunch, you can see. And then you just give them one last stir. It almost looks and smells like chili. You could add some vegetables in here if you wanted to get those in. All right, so now you can taste it and add the salt at the very, very end. So good. And it does need salt. Even though we have the salsa and the chili oil. Ooh, it's got a good amount of heat to it. Delicious. Your mama beans are ready. Okay, so your mama beans are ready. My favorite way to eat these is just in a bowl with some fresh cilantro, some fresh finely chopped white onion, and tortillas on the side. It's the best. You can add sour cream. That's what I think my cousins would like to do. But you can also use them in your eggs. You can use them to make tostadas. You can eat them like chili. Like I said, you can add some chopped up peppers to it, chopped up potatoes if you want to make it like thick. But they're ready to go and delicious as they are. Enjoy.